Hold tightly to your dreams, but hold loosely to how God is going to do it. A few months after Lisa released control, she received a phone call from a friend of ours in another state that has a home for teenage girls. One of the young ladies was about to give birth to twins. She asked Lisa and Kevin if they would be interested in adopting them. They didn't have to think twice. They knew that was an answered prayer. A couple of months later, they were at the hospital when the babies were born. Today, they're beautiful young ladies in their 20s. God knows how to bring promises to pass, but you have to stay open to how it's going to happen. If you're set in having it one way, you can be frustrated. God does things out of the ordinary, unusual. He may not bring your dream to pass a traditional way. Seemed like Lisa was falling behind, but then one phone call, and she had not one, but 2 babies. She didn't have to get pregnant. She didn't have to carry the baby 9 months. God did it in an unusual way.
I try to wake up on a fairly regular schedule. That's another thing I would really recommend for people whose lives are in disarray and who are anxious. Try to fix your wake time. Sleep, going when you sleep, that's not so important. So you can still, stay up late and have fun and all that. But getting up in the morning is really helpful. And you also have to figure out how much you can work or write. I can't write for more than my sustainable maximum for writing is 3 hours a day. And if I push it past that, then, especially if I'm editing, I make mistakes when I'm editing, so that's counterproductive, and I can't sustain it across time. I don't really think you can do more than about 3 hours of extremely intense intellectual work a day. Although if you have a nap, you can stretch that, but I think at least I end up paying for it across time. Nap, make sure you eat, and make sure you eat protein and fat and not carbohydrates, because carbohydrates are basically poisonous, and make sure that you get enough sleep.
This is our world. We go to church here, we work over here, we go get our coffee over here, we go to this park over here, we usually go over here, hang out with friends. This is our favorite club. This is our world. We all live in this bubble. What you gotta do to get the life that God wants you to have, you gotta put more air in your bubble. You got to blow your bubble up. Expand yourself. Take yourself out your comfort zone. Do not live in your bubble. If you stay in your comfort zone, that's where you will fail. You will fail in your comfort zone. Success is not a comfortable procedure. It is a very uncomfortable thing to attempt. So you got to get comfortable being uncomfortable if you ever want to be successful. Start putting some pressure on. Put some pressure on yourself. Now, like I was telling you before, if you want to be ordinary, you ain't even got to listen to me. If you think ordinary is cool, ain't no problem. It's some really, really wonderful ordinary people. But if you are sitting in this room and you have extraordinary aspirations, then you're going to have to do extra. But here's the fact. All of you have extraordinary capabilities. All of you. You have to decide if you are willing to do the things to put you in that category. Rich people don't sleep 8 hours a day. That's a third of your life. It ain't but 24 hours in a day. You cannot be sleep 8 hours a day. You can't live in LA and wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning. It's 11 o'clock on the East Coast. The stock market been open 2 hours. They already making decisions about your life and your ass was sleep. I'm gonna ask you one question, I'm gonna go. How many of you in here know somebody who loves to sleep? Who knows somebody that loves to sleep? Let me ask you something. Ain't they, Poe? Rich people think different. So what I'm gonna put in your head today is a rich people concept. Because here's the deal. All of you have everything it takes to become rich. You just don't believe. Now, if you can develop this theory that I'm about to share with you, I have the way for you to be rich. This is it. First of all of you have a gift. God gave it to you when he created. God never created a single soul without giving them a gift. That's the God that created. He's a very smart God. When he made you, he put the gift inside. It ain't under no rocks. You ain't got to go drill it. God put what you needed inside of you at birth. All of you have a gift. It is the thing that you do the absolute best with the least amount of effort. That's your gift. Anything else you doing, you wasting your time. Do you hear me? You wasting your time. If when the alarm clock goes off in the morning and it makes you sick every morning that alarm go off, it's because you ain't doing your gift. You're going against what God created you to be. Do most of you know what your gift is? Who in here doesn't know their gift yet? Okay, let me tell you what you do. Go home today. Don't talk to nobody. Sit down and have one conversation with yourself. What is the thing that I do the absolute best with the least amount of effort? This ain't gonna take you long. You old enough, you grown. Write it down. I don't care if it's network. I don't care if it's babysitting. I don't care if it's doing color. I don't care if it's painting. Whatever it is, it's what you do. Sing it. Whatever you do the best, write it down. That's your gift. That's it. You ain't got to go asking a bunch of people. They've been telling you your whole life. You know, you ever have people call you with their problem? They always call you with your problem because you gifted at it. But you didn't know how to identify it. If you identify your gift. Now, let me ask you this question. This thing that you're gifted at, if you did it for somebody, do you think somebody would pay you $10 for your gift? Just $10. Could you babysit for $10? Could you cut somebody's hair for $10? Could you cut their grass for $10? Could you make them a chicken dinner for $10? Could you do something for $10? Everybody. Don't you have something somebody will give you $10 for? Okay, now, once you have something that somebody's willing to pay you $10 for, this is how this works. It's called the multiples of 10. See, you don't have to figure out how to be a millionaire. You just got to figure out the thing that makes you $10. So now here we go. You do it and you make $10. As soon as they pay you the 10, go do it 10 more times. Whatever it was. Watch some more kids. 10 more times. Get another 10. You got $100. When you get $100, whatever you did to make that $100, listen to me. Do it 10 more times. You ain't got to get tricky with it. Just do it 10 more times. You'd have made $1,000. Whatever you did to make the $1,000, don't get smart. Stay stupid now. Do it 10 more times. You have now made $10,000. Hold up. Now we finna grow a little bit, but guess what you gotta do to grow? You just gotta do some more. Whatever you made $10,000 doing, I need you to do it 10 more times. What you tripping for? If you do it 10 more times, you got $100,000. Now you might have to hire some people to make this happen. You gotta figure that part out. But all you gotta do is do what you did for $10. Once you make $100,000, if you just do it 10 more time. Negative thinking is a major problem because you got to get control of this. You actually can control what this does. No one else is in charge. If the devil is in charge, it's because you gave him permission. You allowed him in. If God is operating up there, it's because you gave him permission. It's not a magic trick, man. If you want to be successful, you have to get control of this. You can eradicate negative thinking from your life. Now, it's not going to say you're not going to ever have a negative thought. That's not human. I have them, but I don't have them nowhere near as frequent as I used to because I learned what they are, how they work. I get rid of them. I don't have time for you. I'm on a positive track. I got things I'm trying to accomplish. I'm trying to be successful and I'm trying to be happy. If you're trying to be successful or happy, you have no room for negativity. The best way to mask yourself from negativity every morning is to start with gratitude. I'm telling you, man, it's a very simple process. Now, there are some books that you can buy. There's Norman Vincent Peale's The Power of Positive Thinking. It's a very old book. It's only in paperback. It's called The Power of Positive Thinking by Norman Vincent Peale. I read this book when I was 20. It started the process to change in my life. Then I read a book called The Magic of Thinking Big. It's by David Schultz. This just trains you how to think big. You know, it doesn't take any more brain power to think big than it does small. Big thinking gets rid of negativity. Dreams and visions gets rid of negativity. The devil is listening to you. So his job is to dissuade you. His job is to keep you off track. Devil ain't got but one job. He don't want you to be successful. He don't want you to discover your dream. He don't want you talking to God. So he get busy. He busy, man. Send people your way all the time. He all over the internet. He all over social media. The devil got imps. He got people working with him all the time. All they do is just do what he says. But you can control this part. Now, what you cannot do is bury yourself by using your success compared to other people. See, because here's the danger. Let me teach you this. Success is not how far you got. Because see, you're going to be disappointed all the time. Because somebody always further than you. So now you'll forever be disappointed. Success ain't how far you got. Success is how far you got from where you started. That's your success. You can be successful. But if you constantly looking at somebody else, if I look at Oprah money, I start feeling bad about me. Because I ain't got Oprah money, man. Oprah got $1 billion. I don't have nowhere near no $1 billion. But you mean to tell me that I ain't smart enough to go, Steve, you used to stutter. You couldn't talk outside your house. Steve, you flunked out of school. Steve, you don't have a degree. Steve, you lost everything twice. Steve, you've been homeless and you lived in a car. See, I did all that. Oprah ain't done none of that. So my success ain't from where I am. It's from where I start. So guess what? I'm a successful person.
Are there some things from your service that you can't shake? So for example, you still wake up at 4:30 in the morning to go work out.
Why would you not wake up at 4:30?
Well, what does this bring to you?
Waking up early, you just get a jump on the day. The reason I wake up at 4:30 in the morning is because no one else is awake yet. So that gives me the opportunity to do things that I need to get done kind of selfishly for myself. And the big one in that category is working out. And it doesn't feel good at 4:30 when you get up, but by the time 7 o'clock rolls around and you've already worked out and you've already gotten some work done and you've got some time to say goodbye to your kids before they go to school, it's infinitely better than sleeping in until 6:45 and you get out of bed and now you missed your kids going to school or whatever. You're not prepared for the day. It's awful.
So if someone, maybe they don't have time to work out or they just need something that could be like a quick fix, is there something that you recommend?
Oh yeah. Workouts don't have to take a long time. Workouts can be very quick. Matter of fact, go do 2 minutes of burpees. As many burpees as you can in 2 minutes or 4 minutes or 6 minutes. Go and sprint. Go and do anything very intensely for a short period of time and you'll get great benefit out of it.
Something I'm sure you hear a lot is 4:30, like this either just can't fit into my schedule or if I'm going to be realistic, I'm probably not going to wake up at 4:30. What do you tell people?
Yeah, and there's people that work night shifts and there's people that it's unhealthy for them. They can't fall sick. No, be healthy. Get enough sleep. But first of all, wake up at the same time every day. And if you pick that time and you start waking up at the same time every day, that's very good for you. It doesn't have to be 4:30. It could be 6:30. It could be 7. I don't know what your personal schedule is, but find out a time, pick it, set it, stick to it, and maintain that schedule, and that's going to end up benefiting. I recommend it's earlier. I recommend that you go to bed earlier. Because what are you doing at night most of the time? Most of the time at night, you're not working on anything super productive. You're just winding down and watching stupid YouTube videos or surfing the internet, reading clickbait stories, right? Don't do that. Instead, go to sleep and then wake up early.
Because you're too busy sleeping in.
I'm pretty sure I wake up earlier than all of you.
We don't sleep when we're tired. We sleep when we are
Too busy hitting the snooze button multiple times.
Excuses sound best to the person that's making them up.
And if we can really be honest, some of y'all don't even go to bed until about 4 a.m.
If you can get up before the rest of the world is awake, right? Before the enemy's awake, you can get so much done. You're so much more productive.
Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Wake your ass up.
And then they ask me, well, why are you up so early?
Take responsibility to make your life happen.
Awaken the beast inside.
Wake up at 4 a.m. So I begin to tell myself, there must be a reason.
When you have something to do, when you have someone to love, when you have something to look forward to, when you get up in the morning. See, people who have something to look forward to don't need an alarm clock because they have a reason for being.
If you want to have one of the best lives in the world, which is you live on your terms, you have to pay your dues to get there.
You've decided that you're not going to allow your circumstances to define you. You've decided that you're not going to allow the events, the things, the people, life, determine who you become.
You got a problem with your life. You got a problem with your environment. Do something about it.
If you want more freedom in your life, you have to have more discipline.
If you do what is easy, your life will be hard. But if you do what is hard, your life will be easy.
You decided that you're not going to go through life being a whiner, being a complainer. That you're going to take responsibility for what it is that you want to create. The greatest ability that God has given humankind above the animals is the ability to choose.
On a normal day, when you are very productive, think about how much you can actually get accomplished in 3 hours. If you seriously put your mind to it, you can study several chapters for that upcoming exam. You can read an entire book of about 150 pages. You can get a full workout, shower, and take your time getting dressed in 3 hours. You can type several chapters of your book in 3 hours. What I'm saying is, you can get 3 hours closer to greatness in 3 hours. There was an article that was posted in Business Insider that said that 3 hours seems to be the sweet spot to being significantly successful. So here's the question. What are you missing out on by sleeping in? Everything. What are you giving up by sleeping in? Everything. What are you gaining by sleeping in? Nothing. What are you accomplishing by sleeping in? Nothing. I know what you're thinking. I know what you're saying to yourself. You're probably wondering, well, who wakes up early? Well, Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple, wakes up early. Bob Iger, the CEO of Disney, wakes up early. Andrea Jung, the CEO of Avon, wakes up early. Howard Schultz, the CEO of Starbucks, wakes up early. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson wakes up early. What about you? What time do you wake up? You're missing out on precious moments and opportunities to get things done. You've heard the excuse, I don't have enough time in the day. Or you might have heard people say, I wish I had more time. My question is, what are you doing with the time you have? Better yet, if you claim that you don't have enough time, what are you doing to create time? What areas are you willing to sacrifice to produce more time? The truth is, you have the time. However, you may not be using it wisely. Well, guess what? Elon Musk has 24 hours. Beyonce has 24 hours. LeBron James has 24 hours. Warren Buffett has 24 hours. Bill Gates has 24 hours. Jeff Bezos has 24 hours. Mark Zuckerberg has 24 hours. You also have 24 hours. Everyone has 24 hours per day, but some seem to be more successful than others. You know why? Because they value time and know how important time is. And if they feel that they don't have enough time, they don't mind sacrificing other things to create more time. So if that means you have to wake up at 4 a.m. to gain 3 more hours in your day, then that is what you will have to do. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That is, if you want to be successful. If not, keep sleeping in until 10 a.m. or later. 5 years down the line, you're going to find yourself in the same position you're in now. If not, you don't have to listen to anything else I'm saying to you. But I just figured that I was talking to someone that wants to succeed at all costs. Someone that wants to pass their exams. Someone that wants to make it to the level you didn't even know existed. I want you to try it out. For one day, just one day, wake up at 4 a.m. See how much you can possibly accomplish in those 3 or 4 hours. After that, wake up the second day at 4 a.m. Do the same thing. After that, do it for a week. After that, do it for 21 days until it becomes a habit. Challenge yourself. That is the only way you're going to do better.
Chẳng thể quên khi cơn mưa đêm lại về. Em đã quên lời thề và ta như đông chìm sâu. Không cần mơ em anh nhận màu. Em chỉ cần mơ đâu bye bye. Chỉ còn là những cơn mưa vô giá. Cho bên mơ em không mơ anh. Anh vẫn đang mơ. Chỉ cần bên em không được cần nhớ. Và chỉ có em không còn nhớ. Và người ta bên nhau như ngã tớ. Muốn nhớ về say em chỉ có mấy em ở đây. Và anh như muốn chết đi nhưng không muốn em mơ mày. Tình yêu làm cho ta đau đầu. Không em như nằm mơ mộng. Anh như nếu mong cầu. Và mưa bên em u sầu. Chào cả mai mai em mơ. Chỉ có bên em nhưng là khó mơ. Mà nào xa em muốn bên ai. Anh không mong gì hơn. Chỉ mong em sẽ ở đây ôm anh thật gần. Anh chỉ mong đôi ta được có nhau. Mà đừng em đâu anh có em. Muốn em bên anh có em. Ta sẽ trao nhau môi hôn thật sâu. Ôm anh.
Living life, every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days.
Fuck me, I'm looking in the mirror. So foggy, but I've never seen clearer. I don't really think anyone can save me. And honestly, I'm not really sure I want saving. I like to be my own worst enemy. There's no risk if you don't try at anything. So I'ma just keep buying everything. See you in the next life, have to be a better me. I don't think that my head's on straight. Gotta flip it and grip it and go and get an x-ray. What's wrong with me? I just feel weight pushing on my chest and it squeezes till I suffocate. Better change my mindset, meditate. It's pretty cool that I'm alive and have better days. I could walk, see, hear, I should celebrate. Think I could change my mind, maybe elevate.
Living life, every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days. Yeah, all I need are some better days. Cause all I want, and I pray, I believe in the better days.
I'm kinda stuck between a rock and a hard place. Do I work hard or live at my pace? You're only young once, yeah that's all great. But I also want a future where I'm okay. Living life is doing lots of cocaine. Wait no, it's living with no shame. Wait no, it's sleeping in on Sundays. I guess it's different for each of us and that's okay. Well I just wanna be happy. How to get there? Glad that you asked me. I think it's different for everyone. Some of us need work, others need fun. Some of us need purpose to overcome. But try to do what you love when it's said and done. Cause there's so many differences in each of us. Trust your gut, it can show you what you want.
Living life, every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days.
even heard what you said. I'll make you have some regrets, and no, I never forget. So now you have a few debts, that shit it needs to be paid with blood or some sort of pain. You caused a permanent stain, which has determined your fate. I've never seen so clear, I feel the end and it's near. The day of reckoning's here, the sound of deafening fear. You won't die if you try, you just might get a little bit of trouble, K-M-I-F-E, right in your side, you will never see me coming. You won't die if you try, you just might get a little bit of trouble, K-M-I-F-E, right in your side, you will never see me. My energy is next level, so damn you better be careful. I got an angel and devil, he snaps me straight in the temple. I'm ready to be a rebel, I've got a lot of potential hidden inside of this vessel. That shit is so exponential. I need a first class ticket to the top, no limit. I don't play no gimmicks, I'ma take you to the clinic. If you want a taste, come at me and you will be replaced. They won't find a trace of you anywhere or any place.